I have been in the fire service for 20 years. In that time frame, I have met some pretty remarkable people. One such person is Giau Win. Last summer, Yao and her brother took the family out on the Delta for a fishing trip. As they were pulling away from the dock, there was a small explosion. Seeing the explosion, Yao jumped to cover her nephew Brian. Her nephew Ayden was not as lucky. Both Ayden and Yao sustained first, second, and third degree burns. Her nephew Brian only suffered minor injuries. By all accounts, Yao is a hero. But sometimes heroes, they need help too.
I was flown out on the helicopter into the UC Davis Medical Center. And while I was in the ER, Scott from Stockton Fire came and visit. And I didn't know what he was doing there. He's a firefighter, and he's all like, "Oh, I'm from the Firefighter Burn Institute." And I was like, "Oh, I wasn't burned on duty." And I didn't understand, he was there and I was burned off duty. He was like, "No, we're here for all firefighters burned off duty or on duty." And I thought that was really cool because at that moment I was really alone. And he sat with me for probably 4 or 5 hours on his day off. And it was like 12 o'clock at night. And he pushed for the hospital to get me into the ICU. But while I was there, I had firefighters from all over come and visit me. I mean, every day there was somebody there. Every hour there was somebody there, and I never felt alone. There were nights when I was by myself and it was really lonely, but I knew that when I woke up that there were going to be people coming to visit me. And they came, they drove 4 hours, 5 hours, it didn't matter. I remember being in the ICU and it probably had been like 4 days and I probably had milkshakes. I didn't eat because I was on pain meds and I was vomiting everything I was eating. And the nurse finally told me, he's like, "You need to eat." And I don't know what she did, but she made a phone call and a Sacramento firefighter, Alex, he came with In-N-Out burger. And I swear the whole time he was talking, I swallowed the burger. I didn't even blink, but he didn't even know me, and he brought me a burger, and he was there, and I remember I didn't have any clothes because all my clothes burned. I didn't even have shoes, and Tim from Sacramento, he's a Sacramento firefighter. He bought me shoes. They were pink, but they did the job. And Mike Fay, he came in and got me T-shirts and shorts, their PT clothes from their department, and I wore that home, and it was really nice of them to come and do those things, and they didn't have to. I mean, on their days off, that's what they did, and they did this just volunteering because they wanted to give back. My nephew, Ayden, who is 9 years old, was also in the accident, and he was flown to St. Francis in San Francisco. And while he was there, the San Francisco firefighters came visit him. They came by and gave him a T-shirt, and Menlo Park firefighters came by, gave him a teddy bear, and they even raised money, to buy him a DS game, which was key because when you're in the ICU, there really isn't much to do except sleep. And for a kid, I'm sure he was really bored, but the firefighters pulled in money and bought him, the video game, and the firefighters who didn't even know him came visit him. So when I say I have a big family, I have a bigger family than I thought. People from all over the place that we don't know just showed up because we're all firefighters and we're all one family. I believe that the Firefighter Institute, Burn Institute, they helped me get that money to help pay for some of the gas that my family were coming to visit, or helping with finances. So when I was released from the hospital, I was bedridden for probably another 3 weeks, and I couldn't really do much except stay in bed, and people had to bring me food and drinks. But Mike Fay from Sacramento Fire, he mentioned to me that San Jose Fire, if I needed them, that they would come and mow my lawn, and all I had to do was just call them. And I didn't realize how big and the family was. I mean, I didn't realize people who in San Jose, they don't even know me. They would come over my house and mow my lawn. And really, Firefighters, the Burn Institute, they really meant it, because there were people there helping me. I mean, it was every other day people were coming to visit me, and I never really felt lonely, which was nice. Even though this was like the worst thing I felt that's ever happened to me so far in my life, it's been a bumpy road and really painful, but my heart's really full of joy, and I want to say thank you to Sacramento Firefighters, Stockton Firefighters, San Jose Firefighters, as well as San Francisco Firefighters, for being there, even though they didn't know me, and they were there for me and my family. Obviously, Menlo Park Fire, I love you guys. You guys are my family, and thank you so much for all your guys' support and for being there for me. And I truly appreciate it, because it made this accident easier to bear for my family.
You got it? Slow down, kid. You're gonna fly across the floor. Can you wave to Giau?